Hey, welcome back guys. This is Beamer Merchant doing another do-it-yourself video. Today we're working on a 2004 BMW 325 Ci. In this video we're going to show you steps that you could take to troubleshoot a crank and no start engine. So the issue we're having with this car is it turns but it doesn't start. It seems that the car is not getting fuel. So the first step we did was we removed this cover, which looks like that. It's held by two 10mm bolts. Take that off and you'll have access to this pressure valve for the fuel. I'm gonna get a rag. I'm gonna get a punch tool with this end where I'll have access to push the center pin right there. And the rag, you need it because if there is fuel and you press that gauge, fuel will come out and you gotta have this rag to make sure it doesn't go everywhere. Okay, so as you can see, I'm pushing on the pressure valve and there's no fuel. So automatically I know that there is something wrong. This engine is not getting fuel. Next step that I would do is before I start changing or replacing the fuel pump, I'll check to make sure that the fuse is not blown. In this E46 model, you will find a fuse panel underneath the glove box. It's right here, and it usually sits here. So once you turn these two white levers, it'll drop down and give you access to the fuse panel. In the glove box, you should also find a diagram. In this diagram, it'll illustrate the fuses, the fuse number, and the amperage. So this is very helpful when finding out whether a fuse is bad. So for example, here we're going to look for the fuel pump. Fuel pump is right there and it is in number 54 slot. So we come here. The numbers are located underneath here. I don't know if you can see them, but I located 54. 54 is right there. And this one here, according to the chart, should be a 20 amp fuse, which it is. We checked it, we put a new one, and the car still doesn't, it cranks, but it doesn't start. So we know right now that the fuse is not the issue. Now we're gonna replace the fuel pump. Fuel pump for this vehicle is located underneath the rear bench seat. We removed that bench seat and removed this cover here. We disconnected it. Be sure to have a rag like this, because there will be some fuel that's going to come out from here. Okay, and as you're working with the fuel pump, make sure you're working on a well ventilated area. Use protection here. You don't want fuel getting in your skin. Now to remove this fuel line, as you're pulling on it, in many cases it doesn't want to come out. What I do is I get a small flat screwdriver like this, and I just like to go on the edges, move it a little bit. You can see that way it kind of breaks loose from the connector. Okay, we managed to disconnect the fuel line. Now we're going to remove the aluminum ring. We take a similar tool, flat blade, come back here and pop this out. Once you manage to pop it from here, you're able to pull it out. This is the fuel pump that we'll be replacing it with. You can check out our website posted below, and we have these in stock. They're all tested and in good condition. Okay, in this case, just slide it out. Wow, look at this. They rigged this fuel pump here. They put a hose here, another fuel pump from a different car, and look at that filter here. It's ridiculous. Compare this to an OEM fuel pump. Look at the filter and look at the pump. Oh, let me see, right there. Okay, so what I do first is this little balance here, that one goes first. See this group right here? That's your indicator. That's supposed to go in here. Now we get this ring here. Make sure you're pushing on it here. To tighten it, take this here, smell it, you hit it until it's tight. Careful not to tighten it too much because you might crack the top part here. Put that in there. You connect it, so this is tight. All right, sounds good. We'll see what happens. We're gonna prime the fuel line. So in this case, we turn the key second position 2 to 3 times. 1, 2, and 3, so forth. That allows the fuel to basically reach the fuel injectors. All right, this is the moment of truth. We're gonna see if the car turns on. Go for it. Okay, perfect. I didn't want the engine to run because I got another issue with this car. This is the, it's got a rib boot, so it's not gonna run perfectly. But anyhow, you saw that we were able to troubleshoot an engine that had a crank but no start. And you know, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, any comments, please let us know. And as always, we want your support by visiting our website posted below. And thank you for watching. You guys have an awesome day. Take care.